All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is our senior night. We want to welcome you to Robbinsville High School to recognize our senior and lady night volleyball players. But up first, we're going to recognize the team manager, Miss Eden Orr. Eden is the daughter of Alicia Mahon and Kyle Orr. She has been the team manager for 1 year. After high school, she is planning to join the workforce. Eden would like to thank the coaches for letting her be the manager. She would like to thank the players and everyone who has helped her support the Lady Knights. She would also like to thank Fela and Surrey for being there when she needed them, for helping her throughout the season, and for being a good friend. Eden has loved every moment she has spent with this team and is proud to be a part of this great group of young ladies. Go Black Knights, Miss Eden Orr. Our next senior is number 14, Taya Owl. Taya is being escorted by her dad and mom, Ernie and Maxine Lawson, her brothers, Tank Rattler and Seth Lawson, sister-in-law, Destiny Rattler, and her pride and joy, her nephew, Kenyon Rattler. Taya has played volleyball for 6+ years, travel volleyball 2 years in middle school and 4 years in high school. Taya plans to attend UNC Wilmington to major in marine biology and minor in zoology. She wants to thank her parents for always pushing her to do her best and not to give up and keep going when times get hard. She would also like to thank her brothers for always being there and being great role models for her to look up to. She would also like to thank Destiny for always being there through the good and bad times and always having her back. She would also like to thank her grandma for being in her games when her parents couldn't be, and always believing in her and loving her. She wants to thank Coach Phillips and Coach Bruce for always pushing her and encouraging her to do her best. She says thank you, and she loves you both very much. Last but not least, she wants to thank the Lord for blessing her with her skills and ability to play volleyball and for helping her through hard times. Philippians 4:13, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. David Matheson's favorite words, once a Black Knight, always a Black Knight. Miss Taya Owl. Our next senior is number 6, Desta Trammell. Desta is being escorted by her mother and her father, Kim and Richie Trammell. Desta was the manager for the volleyball team last year. This is her first year playing volleyball. Desta's plans after high school are to attend a 4-year university to major in exercise science with the goal of becoming a physical therapist. Desta says she has really enjoyed this season and is so glad that she decided to step out of her comfort zone. Even though she didn't always know what she was doing or where she was supposed to be, everyone was so helpful in guiding her. Her favorite memory from this season was forcing the forbidden spandex on Ren. If you know, you know. Thank you, Dad, for letting me do something other than basketball for the first time in my life. That's the Trammell, everybody. Our next senior is number 22, Fela Welch. Fela's being escorted by her father, Freeland Welch, his teacher, Misty Schote, and her friends, Montana Buchanan and Aubrey Millsaps. She is the daughter of Freeland and Tracy Welch. Fela has played volleyball for 4 years. Her plans after high school is to further her education by going to Southwestern Community College to become a cosmetologist. She would like to thank her mother and father for pushing her to be the best she could be and never giving up on her. She would also like to thank Misty Schote for being hard on her when needed and not letting her fall short of her capabilities. She would also like to thank Montana Buchanan, Aubrey Millsaps, Liz Carpenter, Eden Orr, and many more for lifelong friendships and memories that will stick with her forever. She wants to thank all of her coaches for pushing her to do her best and helping out through hard times. She would also like to give special thanks to her Aunt Jess for supplying her with a place to stay and helping so much these past 2 years. She would like to say to her Mama and Sheena up in heaven, she hopes she is making you proud. Number 22, signing in and signing out, Fela Welch. And last but certainly not least is senior number 4, Kinsley Phillips. Kinsley being escorted by her mother, Tracy Phillips, Wade Hamilton, her uncle, Adam Brandy Carpenter. Kinsley has played varsity volleyball all 4 years of high school. Kinsley will graduate in May with her associate's degree in arts. Next fall, she will transfer to a four-year university to pursue her master's degree in library science. She says that each year of volleyball gets better and better. Volleyball has always been a huge part of her life, and she plans to always continue to be a part of the program. Kinsley also wants to thank everyone that has supported her each year, including her mother that has attended every game, her sister Brandy for always standing up for her, her father for following along to each game online, Wade for being her biggest fan, and especially her sister and coach Katie for being a great sister, role model, and the best coach she could ever ask for. She would finally like to thank everyone else that supported her along the way, including her all-time favorite sports reporter, Kevin Henry. Hey, thanks, kids. That's awesome. BTA on 3, number 4 out, senior Kinsley Phillips.
With a share of the Smoky Mountain Conference Championship still at stake, Robbinsville welcomes Swain County for the final regular season matchup here tonight on GramstarSports.com. Kevin Hensley and Montana Buchanan with you for tonight's telecast. Very privileged once again to be with all of you great Black Knight fans as you're tuned in for senior night. We hope you enjoyed the festivities just a few moments ago. As you see now, the Lady Knights are in the midst of their first warm-up session. We're still roughly 10-15 minutes away from the first tip. We'll have the national anthem, the introduction of our teams, and of course set one coming up in just a few minutes. Stay with us, fans, here on GramstarSports.com.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Robbinsville High School for tonight's conference matchup between the Lady Knights and the visitors from Swain County, the Lady Devils. At this time, if you would please stand, kind of remove all headwear as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem. First on leader from Swain County, that was over the match with a record of 11-9 this season. Number 3, Kirsten Smith. Number 4, Kaylee Parker. Number 5, Gracie Sutton. Number 8, Kimberly Anthony. Number 9, Kimberly Hyatt. Number 11, Michaela Cody. Number 14, Riley Rawls. Number 21, Haley Woodard. And number 24, Madison Spates. Swain County is coached by Lydia Sell. All right, Robbinsville, let's make some noise on Wednesday night for the Lady Knights. We'll pay a share of the Smoky Mountain Conference Championship. A senior defensive specialist from Snowbird Road, number 14, Tia Owl. Another senior defensive specialist, unhailing from the Big Cola Cherokee, number 22, Layla Welch. Starters tonight, number 1, a junior outside hitter from Cynthia Lane, the Lady Drew. Our freshman libero from Swain County, number 2, Surrey White. A sophomore middle hitter from Pink Sawyer Road, number 3, Claire Barlow. A senior outside hitter from the lower end Trammell. A sophomore hindsight hitter from Walker Hollow, number 14, Liz Carpenter. And the junior hollow hitter from Old State team, number 16, Aubrey Wachacha. Lights are coached by Danny Phillips. She is assisted by Danny Grooms.
Hot atmosphere here inside the Robbinsville High School gym as we come back to you live from Graham County. This is the Graham Star Sports Network, and we are your exclusive home for Robbinsville athletics, streaming it all season long and beyond. Robbinsville 14-7 this year, but more importantly, 7-2 in the conference. A win tonight will give Robbinsville at least a share of the Smoky Mountain Conference Championship. Swain County, however, 11-9 this year, and they'll finish in the bottom three of the divisional standings. But the Devils will be hosting the conference tournament, which tips off Saturday morning in Bryson City. Robbinsville's first matchup against Swain this year went to 4 sets in Bryson City. That was just a few weeks ago, and as a matter of fact, that was the game that sealed head coach Katie Phillips' 100th career victory. And Michaela Cody gets a big kill and immediately subs out as Kinsley Hyatt, the freshman, will tag in to serve. 1-0 Devils here in the first set. Received by Waddy, passed by Brooms, returned by Brooms, and it goes into the net. 2-0 Swain. And another good shot by Kinsley Hyatt. Nice save by Waddy to keep that one alive. Kinsley Phillips' pass to Delaney Brooms will get returned. And a tip at the net by Gracie Sutton for the Devils. 3-0 here in the opening stanza. Great to have all of you fans with us once again here on GrahamStarSports.com. This is our final regular season telecast of Lady Knights Volleyball. Next week, of course, with them in Swain County for the tournament, which will run Saturday through Wednesday. Any matchups will be telecast by our friends in Bryson City on the Maroon Devils Network on YouTube. So if you want to check out the action, I'm sure they'll be streaming it over on YouTube. We'll be back for playoff coverage, though, don't you worry, as the Lady Knights begin their quest to a state championship. And that serve goes out. And that will end that run for Swain. Starting off with a 5-0 spot here in the opening set. Senior night, as we mentioned earlier, we hope you fans were able to tune in with us early enough to catch all of the action. As we recognized our 4 seniors, and how about Fayla Welch getting a serve? Her first action of the season. And hanging out in the back right corner of the court just in case. How about the return by Kinsley Phillips to keep it going? 5-1. Here's a pass by Phillips to Trammell, tipped by Aubrey Wachacha. And that throws Swain into a fit. And give the kill to Aubrey Wachacha. Fayla Welch will continue to serve. This is a wonderful moment, fans, if you're just tuning in with us. Fayla Welch coming off a knee injury back in the spring. And received by Wachacha on the dig. There's a shot by Brooms that's going to almost drop. Good work by the Devils to keep it alive. Phillips with a dig that time, set by Trammell. Brooms again, hits it higher and to the back, and it's out. So that will end Fayla Welch's stint on the court. Go back. It's all right. As we mentioned, Fayla not able to play for the last few months and finally getting a knack at it here on senior night. Received by Kinsley Phillips on his next serve. (6-3). Robbinsville's cut it in half. Swain was up 5-0 to begin things. And another senior, that's going to be Nesta Trammell. As we mentioned in her bio, the first-year player. And it looks like we're set to go. 6-3 for Trammell. Brooms with a big kill. Boy, she read that so beautifully. Nice work by Delaney Brooms. 6-4 here in set number 1. Don't forget, fans, we'll have one more football game for you before the playoffs as well. Tomorrow night, tune in with us on Gramstar Sports as we bring you Robbinsville Murphy football from under the Big Oaks. Kickoff on Bob Colvin Field will be at 7:30 p.m. And a big smack in the middle will shut down the Lady Devils again. A kill for Brooms. 6-5 is your split. Robbinsville quickly dash it back here in set 1. And Trammell put a little too much punch on that one. Makes it 7-5 advantage the visitors from Bryson City. Robbinsville has got to win tonight to ensure their share of the conference title. Who they're going to share it with, we're not sure yet, as Murphy and Cherokee are vying for a piece of the pie as well. And we'll try to keep tabs on that. Not sure how the live reporting will do from the game, but we'll let you know on our social media platforms as soon as we find out. Just who Robbinsville is going to split the crown with. Of course, they've got to get tonight. And you know Robbinsville not wanting to lose this one, not just for the conference championship, but because it's senior night. And you never want to lose on senior night. Here's Delaney Brooms with her first offering of the evening. And that one will get spiked by Kennedy Anthony. And it drops in. So that will stay with the Devils. It's 8-7 here in set number 1. Received by Waddy. Passed by Trammell. Phillips with a kill attempt. Nothing doing. And Robbinsville able to quickly scramble. And Phillips again with a tip this time, but can't get it over the net. Phillips tries some trickery there. And you see the end result. 9-7 Maroon Devils. So Swain looking to play spoiler tonight in the final regular season matchup for both programs. Tournament seeding will be tomorrow. As we mentioned, the tournament itself begins Saturday. And once the seeding comes out, we'll be more than willing to let you know on our social media, Facebook and Twitter, where the Lady Knights light up and who they'll play. Aubrey Wachacha will head up to the line for her first serve of the night, and it's a line drive over the net. Barlow was there just to make sure there was no chicanery. And they're going to give the point to the Devils, saying that Miss Barlow touched the net. Obviously, you can't do that. And Robbinsville a little disgruntled after that call, but it stands nonetheless. 10-8 for Candy Anthony, the freshman at the service line. And there's a push to return it by Surrey Waddy. Well, misdirection attempt by the Devils was awry. How about Barlow with a big spike in the middle? Claire Barlow getting her first kill of the contest. 10-9. Swain managing to stay one step ahead, but just barely. Of course, the Devils got off to a 5-0 start. Robbinsville has went on a 9-5 run thereafter. And tagging in another senior, Taya Owl, will now line up at the service line. And a shot in the middle will go out. Effort made by number 21, Haley Woodard, senior hitter for the Devils. And we're all knotted up at 10 apiece here in set number 1. Owl with another hard shot to the back right side of the court. Here's the jump set and a hard spike by Barlow. Boy, Trammell has been on point with those jump sets for Barlow, putting it right where she needs it. And that's 2 kills here in the opening segment for Claire Barlow. One of the emerging superstars on this team. Barlow really has stepped out from the pack this year in her first varsity season. Phillips will greet it. Pass by Trammell back to Phillips. And the two seniors traded off and may have gotten the job done, but it looks like Swain saves it. Nice work. And a big kill in the middle. Barlow again. 12-10 Robbinsville here in set one. And Lydia Sale wants to find out what's going on with her Lady Devils. Robbinsville has thundered back. 12-10 here in set number one. Hey, slide that bag back over here. Maybe I can put it under the desk or something. Oh, sorry. Hey, you still good for tomorrow night, by the way? How's she doing? Wow. Did they ever figure out what's going on with her? Did they ever figure out what's going on with her? We knew that, but I thought there was something. I thought there might be something else, like why she was at the hospital. Okay. So who's gonna get her? If you don't. Oh, you'll have to. Okay. I thought you said you didn't think you'd have to. Gotcha. 12-10 here in set number one. Robbinsville has thundered back from a 5-0 deficit at the start. And Taya Owl is still serving. Barlow still trying some chicanery here. And that one will drop as well on Swain's side of the net. 13-10 Robbinsville making a great run to pull back ahead here in set one. Owl patiently dribbles the ball, ready to fire it off again. It's a hard serve. It found Candy Anthony on the back row. And that time, nobody moves for Brooms or Waddy. So that ends the streak. A 13-5 run by Robbinsville. Pulls Lady Knights ahead by 2 now after the 3-point lead. And libero Kaylee Parker, she's a sophomore for the Devils, now serving. Nice reception by Brooms, pass by Trammell. And what a kill by Kinsley Phillips. Her first of the ball game. 14-11. Blocked up front. Boy, Barlow has been dangerous. She leads the conference in blocks this season. And a double tap on the Swain side of the net. Makes it 15-11. And for the first time tonight, Kinsley Phillips will serve. Phillips normally at the top of the rotation. They let Fayla Welch come in for senior night and get her serves in for the year. Returned by Barlow. Blocked up front by Claire Barlow. Her first official block of the evening. 16-11 here in set one. Kinsley Phillips to serve. When you can. That ball is going to fall out of bounds. Makes it 16-12 here in set number one. Huh? Yeah, just a little bit, not much. And we got a substitution as Kinsley Hyatt will come in to relieve Michaela Cody once again at outside hitter. Served by Kirsten Smith. Jump set, that's trouble. Barlow will tip it this time, however. And there's a hard shot that Kinsley Phillips will dig out. Pass by Trammell. Shot by Brooms. Nobody can play it. After the one touch, it's over. 17-12, Lady Knights. Well, the momentum of this matchup shifted really fast when Robbinsville finally got going. Blocked. And that's all she wrote. Aubrey Wachacha with her first block of the evening. 18-12 here in set one. Timeout called again by the Lady Devils as Robbinsville has pulled ahead here in set number one. that excited. Surrey Waddy playing against her former team. Now the libero for Robbinsville. She is a freshman and hanging out in the back part of the court, waiting her chance to fire off the next serve. Is a 6-point Robbinsville lead here in set one. The kill in the middle makes it 19-12. And the Lady Knights, who were shut out in the opening part of this set, are just 6 points away from picking up the opening victory. Pass returned by Brooms. And another miscommunication. Madison Spates laid out but couldn't get under it. 12-20. Man, oh man, Robbinsville running away with this set. To begin things tonight here in Graham County. Here's Waddy again with a nice shot over the net. And a tip in the middle trying to throw things off. Nice sliding dig by Trammell. Returned by Brooms. And that one will fly out of bounds. Kinsley Hyatt tried to spike it to the back corner of the court and couldn't get there. 21-12, Robbinsville. And there's a big layout by Kinsley Phillips trying to defend it, but can't get the job done. And finally, Swain back in the points column. Maddie Spates will now serve. And Owl and Phillips both kind of laid off of the ball. Owl finally responded, but a bit too late. 21-14, Robbinsville still in control. Brooms with a nice return. Swain's going to play it, though. There's a shot on the outside by Gracie Sutton. Here comes Brooms. And nobody's going to be able to play that one. Brooms with a big kill makes it 14-22. And a substitution as Liz Carpenter comes in for some right side defense on the front row. Here's Desta Trammell. That will serve, nicely done. Here's a shot that goes out, I believe that's going to make it 23-14, and Robbinsville just 2 away from taking care of things here in the opening set. And just like that is set point. That one goes flying out of bounds. And Robbinsville eyeing the finish line here in the opening portion of tonight's varsity matchup. Tip over the net. Wachacha's going to save it. Big spike by Brooms. That will do it. 5 kills in this set for Delaney Brooms. And the last one seals up the set 1 victory. It's going to be 14-25 Robbinsville. And we'll pause for 3 here on GramStarSports.com. Robbinsville fell behind 5-0 in the opening set and thundered back on a 25-9 run to win the opening stanza, 25-14. Kevin Hensley and Montana Buchanan with you for tonight's telecast here on GramStarSports.com. Kirsten Smith, the senior, will fire it off to begin things, and it goes immediately out of bounds. 1-0 Robbinsville, and that's how we begin set number 2. Kinsley Phillips will fire one off for the Lady Knights. Pass by Owl, pass by Trammell, returned by Barlow. And there's the return by Gracie Sutton. Jump set by Trammell, hard spike by Barlow. Blocked at the net by Gracie Sutton. So the battle at the net goes to the Devils, and it's tied 1-1. Again, fans, Robbinsville win tonight will give them a piece of the conference championship. And we're not sure who they're going to split it with yet, as Murphy and Cherokee are playing their final regular season matchup against each other. And they're both tied atop the standings with the Lady Knights. That won't be the case after tonight, however. And a big block at the net will take care of business. That's Brooms and Barlow getting a piece of it each here in set one. And it is 2-1 as Fela Welch will tag back in here in set two. Welch with a powerful serve to the back row. Number 24, Maddie Spates has to play it, though. Nice return by Kinsley Hyatt. Dug out by Phillips. Spiked by Brooms. 3-1 Lady Knights. Kinsley Phillips, big special story in the newspaper about her this week, the Graham Star, covering her 1,000th career dig, which she picked up a couple of weeks ago and was recognized for it last week's match. That one flew awry off the fingertip of Wachacha, and that'll actually end the evening once again for Fela Welch, who will jog back to the bench. It's good to see her out on the court, period. I know she's wanted to play all season. Trying to get through physical therapy procedures, rehabbing her knee. Nobody talking on Robbinsville's side of the net, and we're knotted up at 3-3. Surrey Waddy with the reception. Here's a pass by Treble, returned by Kinsley Phillips from the back row. Set by Smith, a jump set behind her to Kinsley Hyatt. And now Robbinsville, they almost get it back over. Point will go to the Devils. They're going to say that was one touch too many. Somehow, some way, they're going to rule that against Robbinsville. Fans, you saw it as plain as day. The ball went over the net to Swain County, but we're going to hush. That's all we'll say about that. Phillips return, 4-3, Lady Devils. Greeted by Owl, pass by Trammell, spike by Brooms. It's not going to be enough. And that's going to be number 5, Gracie Sutton, back to the service line. And Waddy greets it, nicely done. Here's Wachacha with a hard kill attempt up front. Kinsley Hyatt with a tip over. Here's the pass by Waddy and returned by Owl. Nice work. Taya Owl with a good spike over the net. And it is 5-4 here in set number 2. As Liz Carpenter will now come in for Taya Owl for right side defense up front. Here's Desta Trammell with a lot of crowd momentum behind her. And that one will drop. Give an ace to Desta Trammell here on senior night. First ace of the matchup for Robbinsville makes it 5-5. Here's the pass to Kinsley Hyatt. High return. Trammell with plenty of time to feed it back. And now Carpenter tip immediately blocked by Woodard, but she swats it out of bounds. And the point goes to Robbinsville. Desta Trammell still in the driver's seat. That ball will drop. My. 7-5. Another ace for Destiny Shea, your reigning homecoming queen. And that's going to be 3 points in a row for Robbinsville to break away. And that's a trifecta of aces. That's the Trammell on fire, and they want to break the momentum. 8-5 Robbinsville here in set 2. Back with you for set 2. It's 8-5 here on Graham Star Sports. Tipped by Liz Carpenter. Good read by Carpenter, her first kill of the ball game. 9-5, and Desta Trammell will just continue to take up residence at the service line. That one's going to drop again. Robbinsville on a run, 5-0, and they've doubled their advantage as a result. Giving the kill to junior Aubrey Wachacha. And I think the ball must have disappeared. And thank goodness we have a spare. That ball went and disappeared behind the home bleachers. Finally dug out, pardon the pun, by Lydia Sale, the Swain County head coach. There's the dig by Waddy, pass by Trammell, spike by Brooms. And Swain does a fine job of defending that. Blocked at the net by Wachacha and Brooms on the tag team effort. Trammell still will serve. Not bad for a first-year player, huh? That was going to go out off of Delaney Brooms' fingertips. It is 11-6. Hope you fans will check out our YouTube channel. We are at the Graham Star, and we've got 2 or 3 years of videos archived on our YouTube channel. Sports coverage, news meetings, community events. And speaking of which, we're going to be streaming our political forum on Saturday night on Facebook. If you can't make it out, check out our Facebook page. That's at the Graham Star Official. And you will be able to find the live stream of our political forum at the Graham County Courthouse. It begins at 5:30. And as best we know right now, we've got 4 different forums for all of you voters to listen for. Want to have it just before one-stop voting begins next Thursday. Spiked into the net by Kennedy Anthony. 13-6 Robbinsville. So a recurring theme here so far, Swain County playing tough in the early goings and quickly falling behind once Robbinsville gets some momentum. Blocked by Aubrey Wachacha. Huge block for the junior middle hitter from Old St. Titla. As we say here in the South, she lives so far out they have to pump sunlight into her house. 14-6 here in set 2. And there's Delaney Brooms with a nice serve. Returned by the libero, Kaylee Parker, received by Wachacha. Now here's the pass to Kinsley Phillips. Decisively attacks it and kills it dead. 15-6. Brooms will continue to serve. Robbinsville has its eye on the prize here tonight. Wachacha, quick, keen awareness, didn't touch the net. Good work. That one dropped. Boy, that trickled over the net. Good work by Swain. Devils get a point back. It's 15-7. And stepping up will be Kennedy Anthony. Anthony serves it, and Waddy can't play it. That will come in at an awkward angle, and all Waddy can do is simply just swat it down. And it's 15-8. As the Devils continue to thunder away here in set 2. Line drive, Waddy plays it beautifully that time. Here's a shot in the middle from Wachacha. Not going to do anything about that. And Wachacha gets kill number 3 here in the contest. Cracks a big grin on her face as she goes back to the service line. Line drive over the net. Good work by Wachacha on that curvature on the serve. Dug out by Brooms on the return. Phillips will spike it to the middle left side. And that was number 14, Riley Rawls on the return. Phillips can't get it over the net. And it's 16-9. Robbinsville still in control. And libero Kaylee Parker will fire it off. Pass to Carpenter. And just a bit too high. Harper, another player that's emerged this season on the front line for Robbinsville. Herself, Wachacha, and Barlow just creating a formidable duo up front in the middle and the right side. How about another kill for Carpenter? That's number 3 in the ball game. All here in set 2. She'll tag out for Taya Owl as she jogs in to serve. And I'm sure everybody has their little cadence. Taya's is dribbling for a few moments. Whatever works, it gets it over the net, and it's another Robbinsville point. 18-10. Another hard shot by Owl. That one has some height on it. Returned. And Robbinsville scrambles and saves the ball. And by golly, saves the point. How about that? That ball was the most awkward passes in history. And Trammell with some quick awareness just bump it back over. And a timeout called by Lydia Sell. It's now 19-10 Lady Knights. (19-10) as we're back with you live from Robbinsville here on the Gramstar Sports Network. Once again, fans, if you have not already made your purchase, do so. Tomorrow night's action from Under the Big Oaks will only be seen here on GramstarSports.com, and anyone else trying to stream the game is not authorized by the North Carolina High School Athletic Association, and that is a bad idea. 19-11 on the service error. Swain finally gets a point back. That ends a 14-5 run by the Lady Knights. How about a tip by Kinsley Phillips? Called her a veteran on Tuesday, and she just showed you why. An excellent defensive read gets Phillips another kill, and now she'll serve. Left side shot. Phillips can't do it. Kinsley Hyatt will squeak a point out for the Devils as it is 20-12. And Maddie Spates will head back to the service line for the Devils. Nice sliding reception by Waddy. How about a push in the middle by Claire Barlow. 21-12. Robbinsville just dominating this match so far. As we mentioned earlier, Swain hanging tough early. And then Robbinsville putting together some lengthy runs. Waddy serves again. Here's the pass. Good pass. Out in the middle to Gracie Sutton, but the ball will be played. Brooms with a spike. It goes out. Point Devils. It is 21-13 here in set 2. Gracie Sutton will serve again for Swain County. Received by Phillips, passed by Trammell. And the attack by Brooms will be played off by our friends from Bryson City. Here comes Brooms again. And once again, slowed down enough to play it. Hard shot, good kill by Kennedy Anthony. Montana Buchanan couldn't get the camera wheeled around quick enough. That ball left a vapor trail on it. Sutton again. How about the setting the shot by Aubrey with cha-cha. Kill number 4 here tonight for Aubrey. And it is 22-14. Robbinsville took the first set 14-25, so see if Robbinsville can close it out here. And they've got a girl that had 3 aces earlier in the set, Des Trammell. Phenomenal athlete, wonderful young lady. Always fun to talk to before matches. Here's Wachacha in the middle. And that will take care of business again. 23-14. Two to go to close out set 2 and give Robbinsville a 2-0 lead. Blocked up front, pass by Brooms. Had a dive to get it, but nice work. Phillips will scramble up from behind to save it. Here comes Carpenter with a big shot. And Liz Carpenter puts some power behind that return. Set point for the Lady Knights. High shot by Trammell. And an ace to close it out. Why not? 4 aces in this set for the senior, Desta Trammell. The last one does them in. It's 14-25, 14-25. And Robbinsville up 2-0 in the contest. We'll be back in 3 on GramStarSports.com. Great vibes here on senior night. It's 14-25, 14-25. Set splits so far, both in favor of the home squad. Robbinsville will get the first serve to begin set number 3 here in Graham County. Kevin Hensley and the distinguished Montana Buck Cannon with you for tonight's telecast on the Graham Star Sports Network. Looking forward to hopefully being able to bring you our enhanced telecast coverage when we begin postseason volleyball here on Graham Star Sports. Everybody's out. Everybody's ready. And I believe they're going to let Kinsley Phillips serve, so Welch may come in later for a quick substitution. And Kinsley Phillips gets us underway here in set number 3. And she'll also get the dig. Here's Brooms with a tip. Nice work by Swain. Keeps it alive, set by Trammell. Here's Brooms. And there's the return, bumps over the net. Still alive, Brooms again, tip. And finally gets it out of the reach of Riley Rolls on the left side. 1-0, Robbinsville. Appreciate our friend Aubrey Millsaps over here running interference for us tonight as our unofficial security guard in our broadcast location. Had some issues with children running behind us throughout the matches, interrupting the flow of things. I guarantee you none of them want to cross Aubrey Millsaps, however. 2-0 here in set 3. 3-0 make that after the return goes out of bounds. Tomorrow night is senior night for Robbinsville football, as it is their final home game of the regular season. But we will go live right around 7 o'clock or so as the senior night festivities get underway. But go ahead and tune into the stream nonetheless, fans. If you've got your purchase and your link Wouldn't hurt to turn on a few minutes early just in case the festivities start a few minutes earlier than 7. Of course, they'll recognize all of the football band and cheerleader seniors. And I can tell you for sure there's 9 Robbinsville football seniors and 8 senior cheerleaders. So it could take a while. Robbinsville off to a 5-0 start. Kinsley Grace will tee it up again for the Lady Knights. Tip over the net, received by Brooms, passed by Trammell. Here's Delaney Brooms. And a hard spike saved by Taya Owl. Good work by Robbinsville, my word. Turned by Barlow. And a floater goes into the net. 6-0 Lady Knights to begin things here in the third set. Robbinsville, of course, would love a sweep. Here's the pass. Shot. 7-0 Robbinsville. Robbinsville benefiting early here from some return errors, I beg your pardon. Timeout called. Robbinsville will head to the bench with a lot of smiles on their face. It's 7-0 Robbinsville here on the Graham Star Sports Network. Action is still competitive regardless. Kinsley Phillips with the dig. Barlow will find an open spot on the floor. 8-0 Lady Knights. And another heave over by Kinsley Phillips. Pass by Trammell, shot by Barlow. Finally out of bounds, breaking the streak. And finally the tee off for Swain to begin their first offense of the match is Kirsten Smith. Ball drops. Good work, number 9, Kinsley Hyatt, on the kill. Momentum can shift so quickly in this sport, fans. Nicely received on the back line by Taya Owl. There's a shot by Barlow. That will go into the net, unfortunately. And it's 8-3. Waddy to Trammell, to Brooms. And it drops. Give a kill to the Lady Brooms. That's 2 in this set. (9-3) here in set 3. And another appearance by senior Fayla Welch. And that was going to fly out. Onward it goes. Kirsten Smith, one of the captains for Swain, trying to argue that the ball was touched. And she may have had a point here. Officials are going to discuss it. And not going to hear much about that. Quick point for Robbinsville. Welch to serve. 10-3 Lady Knights. And that one goes into the net. And that will be probably the end of the night for Fayla Welch. But good to see her out on the court nonetheless. It's all she's wanted this season was to get out and play. And hopefully she'll be able to trot out as a basketball player later on this year. Spates didn't put enough pepper on it. 11-4 right back to Robbinsville. And here's Dessa Trammell, who is absolutely keyed in tonight from the service line. She's got 4 aces, and her last one actually clinched set 2. Richie's daughter chant breaks out here in Robbinsville. Ball drops. Laney Brooms got a little tangled and couldn't get free. Gracie Sutton with another serve for the Devils, greeted by Phillips. Carpenter with a good return. Nice work. Here's the pass. There's the shot. Out. 12-5, Robbinsville. And the next one in the rotation, I believe, is supposed to be Delaney Brooms. And she emerged at the back of the court. Brooms tees it up. Nice work. Nice serve by Brooms. And to the back row finds Dessa Trammell. Pass by Carpenter to Kinsley Phillips. And that one is going to be kept alive. Good scramble by the Devils. Here comes Phillips. Push. Returned again. Pass by Phillips. Behind her to Trammell. Shot by Carpenter. And it's out. 12-6. While we have a quick moment, fans, we want to mention that the 2 preliminary matches tonight before we went live, Robbinsville swept the middle school matchup 14-25, 9-25 as the end of the season for the middle school Lady Knights. They finished the year 6-6. And Swain County prevailed in the junior varsity match 25-22, 25-14. JV will have a bracket in the conference tournament, so that's not the end of the line just yet. Kinsley Phillips gets a kill up front for Robbinsville, makes it 13-6. Substitution will bring in Michaela Cody for back row defense, as Kinsley Hyatt, the freshman, will jog to the bench for a breather for the Devils. Aubrey Wachacha now back at the line. And Robbinsville had to do a substitution to get Barlow legally back in the game. That one bounces off the net. 14-6. Wachacha again. Hard serve. Wachacha gets a chant going for her. That one goes into the net. 15-6, back-to-back aces for Aubrey Wachacha here in set 3. And look, fans, Robbinsville up by 9 after once again a hot start. Robbinsville opened this set on an 8-0 run. Wachacha sends one all the way back, and it's way out of here. 16-7 here in set number 3. Wachacha was swinging for the fences on that one. And back to serve will be number 8, Kennedy Anthony, serving from the left side. Right to Delaney Brooms. Good reception. Pass by Trammell, tipped by Barlow. Phillips in the middle now, playing things a little bit differently. Here's Claire Barlow. And a good return. Pass by Waddy to Trammell. And the digs go nowhere. Robbinsville tried their best. 16-8. That was a great read by Smith, the senior setter and the team captain. Nobody on Robbinsville's side of the net was ready for that misdirection. And a hard line drive by Kennedy Anthony. And the ball stays alive on a jump set. Phillips, but it's going to be played nicely. Hard shot is going to go way out. 17-9. That was nice work on the back row by Kennedy Anthony to keep that one alive. Phillips pulverized the ball about 400 miles an hour on the return. But we're moving on, 17-9. Here's Taya Owl. Nice work, good dig. And there's a shot by Brooms. Swain's going to play it into the net, unfortunately, for Riley Rawls. 18-9. Barlow able to get a tip. And it's a 10-point lead for the Lady Knights, as Robbinsville is 6 away from a piece of the Smoky Mountain Conference Championship. The last time Robbinsville laid claim to the title was in 2019. Lady Knights tied with Murphy that year and went on to defeat Murphy in the conference tournament. Kinsley Phillips trying to block. You don't see that too often. 19-10. No updates from our friends down in Cherokee County. Hopefully we'll find out some information as soon as we can. Post on social media. But if the spread holds, eventually Robbinsville will be at the top of the mountain in the conference once more. And for a program that had never won the conference championship, or the conference tournament for that matter, I mean, nice to have another title, second one in 4 seasons. Kinsley Phillips, after the kill, will head back to serve. 20-10 Robbinsville. Good dig, set by Trammell, shot by Barlow. As Robbinsville trying some experimentation up front right now. With Barlow playing left side, Brooms in the middle, and Desta Trammell having to fill in the gap on the right side. The point, however, went to Swain, 2011, as Lady Devils are not going to go away quietly. There's the pass, there's the tip. Not enough on it, though. That one just fluttered at the line, and it's 20-12. And they were going to let that one go out, but nobody moved. A lot of confusion on the court. Nobody talked, and the point goes to Swain as a result. 20-13 here in set 3. Pass by Broom, saved by Waddy. Good work, and here's Owl will return it. Nice read. Big spike by Gracie Sutton, and it's 20-14. Swain trying to make things interesting here in the third set. Robbinsville has won both sets so far, 14-25, 14-25. There's Owl, pass by Barlow, but it's going to go out. That one hit her forearm a little awkwardly. And you see the end result. Devils now have cut it to a 5-point deficit after trailing by 10 just a moment ago. Received by Waddy. Good work. Pass by Trammell. Phillips in the middle. We'll send it back over. Blocked by Barlow. Devils were ready, though. Nicely done. Phillips with another dig. Set by Trammell. Push by Barlow. And we're still going. Kinsley Hyatt will come in. But a block. And they're going to give the point to Robbinsville. There was a brief discussion between the officials about which way that point should go. Seemed fairly obvious from our angle. But we'll press on, 21-15. How about Waddy with a nice swat over the net? And nobody can defend it. Owl and Phillips try as they may, can't play the ball. 21-16. And in the serves with Maddie Spates. As we mentioned, conference tournament begins Saturday in Swain County. Nobody's going to stop Brooms 2 times in a row. What a shot by Delaney Brooms. Robbinsville should get a pretty good seed. And it looks like Swain's going to call a timeout after the substitution. Robbinsville 22, Swain 16. Lady Knights on the cusp of a conference championship. Off the quick timeout, Robbinsville will play it nicely. There's Trammell on the set. Shot by Brooms. And that one drops as well. 2 to go. They're chanting Richie. That's, of course, Dessa's infamous father. Superb athlete and coach here for Robbinsville. Blocked up front, nothing doing. Return, finally, there's Phillips on the dig. Jump set by Trammell. Spike in the middle. And 1 to go. Looks like Fayla Welch and Taya Owl will get to check in as the seniors on this team here in the season finale. And with a chance to win the conference championship on the line, here's Trammell. Set by Smith. Shot by Sutton. Greeted by Phillips. How about a set by Taya Owl, bringing it back from her days on junior varsity. One-handed tip. And that's 4 touches. So the celebration will have to be put on pause for just a moment. Phillips slides in for the dig, can't do much with it. 18-24. Swain making Robbinsville think about it here in set 3. Set by Trammell. Here comes Brooms. Blocked. Holy cow, what a block. Give that to Haley Woodard and Kinsley Hyatt. 19-24 is your score. Phillips greets it. Here's Trammell to Brooms again. Out. Well, folks, it's never over until it's over. And the Devils are on a push here late to keep the match alive and, more importantly, rob Robbinsville, pardon the pun, of a conference championship. How about the reception by Fayla Welch? Shot by Wachacha. Swain scrambles. Smith will play it. Dug out by Phillips. Set by Trammell. Here comes Brooms. Tip. Right back. Welch with a good play. Here comes Brooms. Ball game.
Fans, let's hear some noise. That victory just clinched Robbinsville a share of the Smoky Mountain Conference Championship.
Big win tonight for the Lady Knights. It is 14-25, 14-25, 20-25. And Robbinsville, as we said, conference champions once again. They've got at least a share of it. And we'll have to find out later on tonight who they're going to split it with. Check our social media for that update. We will see you fans for the playoffs. Tune in to our friends on the Maroon Devils Network for conference tournament coverage from Bryson City. And join us tomorrow night for sure. Robbinsville Murphy football right here on GramstarSports.com for the distinguished Montana LeRae Buchanan. I'm Kevin Hensley. Have a good evening, everybody.